And it also, for me, I was always the last runner out there, and I had to keep in mind, are the roads going to be open when I finish the race? And for the longest time, that was the worst thing that could happen. And then the roads opened, and I did it on the sidewalk. But it's going to help you be consistent and finish in an even pace, and use the energy wisely.
I would agree that, and pacing, like, if consistency in pacing is really the important part. It's not how fast you're going, it's just being consistent. And because when you yo-yo, which is like going slower, then going faster, then going slower, that burns energy that if you just stay consistent, you can keep it in the tank and it'll help you run longer. And just psychologically, it just helps if you know what your goal is and you stick to it, whether it is just to finish and you're just gonna go by feeling, you're just running at a particular pace that feels good to you, just stick with that. And that just helps psychologically to get through a race.
My best races have been the ones where I've managed to run them even. Pacing is critical, and it's something that takes practice. You do it long enough, you'll develop a feel for how fast you're running, and when you look at your watch, you'll find that your watch will match what you think you're running. It keeps you, having a pacing plan keeps you from going out too fast and burning yourself out. And it can really save you down the stretch at a race to have some sort of goal hanging out there that, this is what you want to try and stick with.
So we're sitting here talking about how many miles you need to run in a week, how many miles should you run for the long run. When I look at people's schedules and I look at their logs and things like that, people finish a marathon from anywhere from 10 miles a week to 110 miles a week. But there's one thing that everyone has to do. The one requirement is you have to slow down from your previous race pace. You have to run slower than your half marathon pace. So to me, pacing is even more important than miles in a week. I would rather you guys go out there and focus on running correctly as opposed to chasing more miles. Just in terms of, talking about how important it is for the marathon, you could do the perfect buildup. The most amount of miles you've ever done, you show up on race day, you're totally carved up, you're ready to go. If you go out too fast, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Nothing can save you. Mm-hmm. Nothing. And Brad is right. Every world record has been set with either an even split or a negative split. So it's better to just stick within like 1% of your goal race pace, and if that's practicing in small segments, a run walk that's going to get you there for the 13 or 14 minutes a mile so that you're you're able to finish before the roads open. Thinking about, let's go. Like you want to figure out what even pace you need to be able to run or walk to get you to your goal and run as even as you can.